Okay, this will be an interesting one if we can make this one look good. This will be a challenging one. Okay. How big are we going to make this? 200%. Going to have to make it really dark because there's a lot of pastel on this one. Going to leave out the contrast, but we're going to darken it. We're not going all the way with the darkness, but it's going to be pretty dark. Come on. Okay. See if we can make this one look good. Anyway, it's called the Emerge Festival 2008. It's about emerging artists. I wonder if there's anything decent in this. It's just shit. This art these days just doesn't appeal to me much. I'm not one of the emerging artists, folks. I feel in the art world I have the I suck factor. I've never been able to convince art galleries to hang my shit in a gallery unless it's an art competition where any Tom, Dick and Harry can go into. But I've never been given the honour of being invited to exhibit otherwise. And that's really quite an insult. I know I've done things wrong and my sales techniques are not too good. I'm not very good at selling things or making money. I'm absolute shit at doing that sort of entrepreneurial stuff. And being an artist, it's really hard to try to break into the art world, even though my work is pretty good. That looks interesting, but it still looks shit. But basically, I just don't feel like I've had any real rewards from what I've... Oh, what the fuck? Interesting what happened there. It didn't even beep earlier on. Strange. I'm wondering if this part would look better. But basically, yeah, I just feel let down by the art community as a whole. I try my best to make my work appealing, and now I'm just using total self-promotion to do this. I'm not using any gallery. I'm using YouTube, Facebook, and other social media platforms to hopefully get some attention to my work, because I can't get people to invite me to art galleries. No one from, the art gallery in New South Wales or the Museum of Contemporary Art, they're never going to invite me. I know they won't. I don't even think they like me. I don't know why. I mean, what's wrong? I've done nothing wrong. I'm just an artist. I'm just trying to push my trade, push my talent. I know I've been told by so many people that I'm talented, right? But the talent has never gone any further than, how should I put it? It just hasn't gone to the art gallery level. The people who really need to say that I'm talented, the art galleries, they don't seem to think that. They seem to think, or they think that they make excuses like, one of the excuses I got from an art gallery, the Museum of Contemporary Art in Sydney, when I posted them handed some stuff in or posted some stuff to them, they basically wrote a letter of rejection, which basically said my stuff doesn't suit the culture of the Museum of Contemporary Art. And I thought, what the fuck is culture? I was thinking, does it have to be an offshore culture? Does it have to be foreign, totally foreign? So if you're an Australian, it's like bad news to you. You're not good, you're not accepted because it's not cultural. It's not international or whatever. That's what I thought. Or maybe I thought it was to do with Indigenous. I'm not Indigenous, so therefore my work is not accepted. I don't know what the fuck they meant by culture. I still don't know to this day what they fucking meant. But whatever they meant, it really pissed me off. It was a real piss off. I didn't understand what I had to fucking do to get a fucking exhibition. I mean, I thought we're living in Australia, right? And I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe they were, surely not everything they exhibit is Indigenous. All due respect, the Indigenous get treated like shit more than people like me. So I've got to keep that into perspective. But I just thought that maybe, but sometimes you do get art galleries that show heaps of Indigenous content, and I sort of still feel left out. I just can't seem to win with these art galleries and what they want and what they expect, what they like. I just can't seem to read their minds. I just can't seem to find any way of, and they just don't. They ask for things like your CV. I don't have an artist's CV. I mean, fuck me dead. I don't have any of that stuff. I mean, I just not good. I just wanted to be recognised. I thought my work was brilliant back then, even in the early 90s. I thought it was brilliant, and that was when it was 1993 when I got that rejection letter from the Museum of Contemporary Art. I didn't know what they meant by culture, but there is something about culture that I am starting to understand. That culture, it's not got to do with whether it's foreign or Australian or Indigenous or white. It's to do with how culture is something I've realised, that it's to do with whether you're rich or whether you're poor, whether you can appeal to the masses of of rich people, whether you can go to an art gallery opening and drink a glass of wine in a very posh manner and sort of hang out with the cliques and become a cliquey person in a gallery, and that cliquiness appears to be part of the art gallery culture. So maybe I'm not cliquey enough. Maybe I just don't know how to socialise or to move around in social circles, so to speak. I just don't know what they mean by culture. I thought it was to do with whether it was foreign or Indigenous or not. Maybe my work was too white. That's what I thought that they were meaning at the time. But now I don't think it's whether it's black or white or yellow or whatever colour there is in the skin. It shouldn't matter whether it's black or white or coloured. We shouldn't think racist. But I must admit they were sort of racist thoughts that I had at the time as a 20-year-old, because I just got fed up with, being snubbed. And basically I just got snubbed by the museum. I didn't know what they meant by culture. So, yeah. And now I think it's to do with whether it's to do with if it's appropriate for rich people. And that's where I intentionally want to discriminate. I will discriminate against the rich people and the rich cliques. I'll discriminate against them. They think my work hasn't. So that's what I think they meant by class. It was class. They didn't think it wasn't to do with the colour of your skin or where you came from, as I initially thought. I think it's to do mainly with whether you're a fucking rich person or whether you're a fucking. And photocopier art it was never something that appeared to appeal to the rich people. They just wanted to see paintings and drawings and old-fashioned masters, boring shit. And that's what I think they were referring to is culture of the art gallery. What sort of person are you? Rich? Are you poor? Are you something? Is it because no one knows who you are and what your art is? They think it's going to be shit. They're too scared to try something new. What did they mean by culture? I never rang them to ask or wrote back to ask, but that's an interesting question. What the fuck did they mean by culture? Now I'm thinking I'm going to change this around. These don't look good like that. I'm just going to change this differently. I fucked up. Maybe that's my problem. I fuck things up too often. Maybe it's disability that sets me apart. Maybe they noticed I had a fucking disability and they think, right, they discriminate against me on the basis of disability, because I just don't feel the art galleries are very inclusive anyway, not of my work or anything. And I just get so over it, and I've just given up on every sort of art gallery activity. I don't even go in art contests anymore because I never win. I never win a prize. I never get recognised. I don't even get any kind of runners-up. So I'm not happy. I think these art galleries often rig things. They make things difficult for new or unknown artists. I'm not a salesperson, so fuck this. I'm not expect myself to be a fucking salesperson to the art galleries. You know, they should recognise talent when they see it, not fucking expect you to be a salesperson and know how to make money. Fuck that. Art is about creativity and stuff, and expression of self. Now that looks a lot better. I think that's a better way of arranging these, but you get my drift. I'm so over the art gallery world. I don't want to ever go in another art gallery, not until they fucking come crawling to me. I'm not going to crawl up their fucking ass. They're going to crawl up my fucking ass, and then I can slap them in the face and reject them just like they rejected me. I've got no fucking respect for the art galleries. They can fuck their fucking shit up their ass. I can take this finger and sit on it and gyrate, you fucking art galleries. You, the Museum of Contemporary Art. You, the Art Gallery of New South Wales. And all the fucking other art galleries who've rejected me, bitch. Go fucking sit on this. This is good learning for your fucking discrimination. Fuck off.